right, guys. Good afternoon. Welcome to Sunny Rebel Live. As I said before, there's been a battle here, and this battle was started by one boy like this that they call Joseph Edgar. You know, on Sunny Rebel Live platform, himself praised for Wowe, Buki Campbell. They went into the Kofi the guru, Kofi the comedian. They went into this loud argument about who is Nollywood and who is not, and the skits that have been done lately, how they've rewritten the process of how Nollywood should be rated. And then they said, oh, all the people who are getting their old school. I said, eh? So if they are old school, so anyway, maybe I'm not a Nollywooder, but what will I be? They didn't tell me anything. They just said, no, Uncle Sonny, you know you are different. So I helped them to say I was Methuselah. No problem. Fine, all well and good. But if anybody is going to tell me that KINGSLEY OGORO is old school and what's his name, SEGUN ARINZE, then I wonder what they will be saying of Zeb Ejiro and the likes. You know, Zeb is even younger than me, Abi. But anyway, gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir.
So, today is a very special day. It's the 3rd of October. So we are on the threshold of just concluding our celebration of 61 years of Nigeria. I was forced since last week to bring the whole issue of Nollywood to public clear, because we really do not know what Nollywood has done for Nigeria, especially the youth. It's come a long way, and whether we like it or not, is the second largest industry in the world today. Whether we like it or not, it has taken so many youths off the streets, and we are counting. Whether we like it or not, whether government supports them or not, because government is yet to actually support Nollywood the way US did their own, the way UK and Europe did their own, the way Brazil, Global TV and Co, the way they did their own. Maybe Nigeria will one day wake up and say, let's come. Anyway, let me not go into that monologue, because right now I have two great guys in the studio. KINGSLEY OGORO. The KINGSLEY I knew a long while ago, 1985, was a disco dancer. Nobody ever thought he would become one of the greatest businessmen in filmmaking today. But man, am I so proud to see him here with me in the studio. And one other thing, he has not added weight. He has not looked younger. He's still the same gangling disco dancer. Gold leaf. It was that gold leaf. What was that thing?
Gold players.
Gold players. You know. And then my dear friend SEGUN ARINZE, who, due to no fault of his, but by sheer dexterity, the way he plays his game, he became one powerful name. But you know why I brought these two together? Because if they tell you their story, anyway, let me allow them to tell their story, because it will just help us to, spread the dragnet a bit. SEGUN ARINZE, former president of Actors Guild of Nigeria. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Should I also call you Cobra? Sorry.
And currently president of Association of Voiceover Artists.
Oh, you're also currently president. I used to be a member of that association a million years ago.
We're still bringing you back, sir, to come and help us masterclass.
Okay, well, masterclass, with all pleasure. I would love that. Yes. KINGSLEY. Mavo.
Big word, sir.
Vrendo. Popo carried for surplus. So come nearer the microphone a bit. Okay, so let's now. KINGSLEY, you were known for movie making, producing, directing, and also rentals, equipment rentals, equipment. Is it manufactured too?
We're getting there.
We're getting there. Okay. So, how has it been like for you, KINGSLEY?
It's been great. It's been great in spite of what we all know about the economy today. But one thing I want to say is it's coincidental we three of us are here today, because the first time I got into this whole entertainment industry It was three of us. Remember, was Nationwide Television?
Yes.
Yeah, we were doing a commercial for you.
Jackass.
Yes, exactly. Shegun was the creative director of the project, and I was doing my NYC there. It's coincidental.
And
nobody was
yes.
there as well, my boss. And a lot of people don't know that Segun ARINZE, always an actor, a voiceover artist, the president of an association, Segun was the one that, remember, introduced me to equipment. I asked him, this is one pneumatic recorder, a second one, why are all these pneumatic recorders doing? And Segun said, he was on your set.
Yes.
And Segun said, you record from this one into that one, and you mix from that to the other one. And that was what skyrocketed everything in me. I said, oh wow.
Joseph Edgar, I hope you are listening to this, because we said we will talk about the origin.
And when it was starting Clink Studios, we were thinking
Clink
of the name.
Studio.
Yes, together.
I named it Clink.
Segun named it Clink Studios. Segun is
Clink as in
as in case, because I had to use his name when we were thinking of what to name. So I thought about clinking of glass, because when there was a toaster, and I said, okay, instead of using a C, let's use a K.
You know why I quickly brought Clink? Because there's the confusion of Clint.
No, it's Clink Studios.
You know the Clink.
Yeah,
the
that's
drunk.
Clink the drunk. This is Clink.
And that was
K-L-I-N-K.
what was that street again? 95, number 95.
Tafawa Balewa Crescent.
That
was Nollywood. In fact, that was Nollywood.
That was Nollywood Center. The studio was there.
That was a hub.
Yes.
That was a hub.
Genevieve Naji started from there.
Yes.
Even the first film was done from there too, as well.
Wow.
Living in Bondage was from. It came out. We leaped from there as well.
Come, use this Kingsley.
The equipment was from Clink. Then.
what really got into you that you became so? You could see ahead of you.
First of all, I'm somebody who is not driven by profit and all that, and I give that thanks to you too, because you brought us up in a way that you said, Kingsley, anytime we work with you, you say, Kingsley, first of all, think about getting it right. If you get it right, every other thing will fall in place. So I am more inclined into the tech, and we had a great partnership with, we still have that partnership with Segun. Segun was like the creative person, and I was the technical person there. So between us, we could advise ourselves and say, oh, Kingsley, it looks like this is the way to go. And I advise him, same thing, Segun, I think this is the way to go on your side. So that has worked for us.
No, but Segun, you know, you were confusing me those days. You will act, you will sing, you will fiddle with equipment. You were all and all.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess it's grace. I didn't know I was thriving in grace. I was thinking it was all about me, talent, but it was just grace. It was just simple grace, nothing more.
And you were one rabble rouser too.
Yes, I was, but I was very, very organized, very extremely organized, right? We all pass through our phases in life. I guess I got to that point where I had to stop, take a reassessment of myself, and tell myself, where are you headed and what do you really want for yourself? And there we are.
Now, guys, okay, no, before I go to the real business, wine ganga. you
know the funny thing, Kingsley produced the studio, right? Yeah, but Kingsley produced the album. He produced the album.
You know, and that song was a hit.
Yeah.
And then you refused to carry on. Why?
No, I came back again with a follow-up years later. But I just found out that you can't just be chasing too many things at the same time. And people would now, okay, at a point in time, a lot of Nollywood actors wanted to sing, and I was now lumped in that group, and I said, no, it can't happen. I started this before I even got into acting, so I decided, okay, let me just focus on my career and my niche as an actor, and do something with it. But luckily for me, I have my kids who sing, so they'll carry on from there.
I'm so happy about that. I'm going to now take us into the business of, how will you call it? Business of movie making. Movies started as if it was not starting. So, Zeb Ejiro started from NTV or NTA, you know, and he was so quiet about everything, but he was making a mark. and then RMD. For RMD is maybe even a little later, but he made an impact as an actor that has stood with him all these years. Then Ego Boyo. I'm just remembering those names because of the roles they all played. But let me ask you, what really triggered the slow motion effect of the beginning?
Okay, I will start because at that time, the likes of Ralph that directed Living in what was Ralph's name?
Kenneth.
No, not Kenneth. Kenneth produced, but Ralph, the one in the US now.
Okay.
He directed Living in Bondage then.
Sidney Boy?
Kenneth
used to be on
producer.
NTA as well with Siwa Okonkwo.
So I think what really triggered it off was at that time, like Zebe Jiro, Ralph Wadike, and the rest of them were at
Ralph Wadike. I cannot
Charles
forget that.
Owoyemi, all of the world at NTA, and at the point NTA said, "Okay, listen, we don't want you guys acting and working for government. So you make a choice. Do you want to be producers or do you want to work with the NTA network?" And I think that triggered off a mass movement. So a lot of people moved out from NTA and started their own independent productions. And that was coming on the heels of Living in Bondage. Kenneth Debo had just produced Living in Bondage.
Yes.
Chris Obirapo was
Chris
Obirapo now directed
who
directed Living in Bondage. And before it wasn't as if there
was also Chris Olisa. Yes, Olisa.
Olisa,
that guy.
I think it was Ifeanyi. I think it was Ifeanyi who was at NTA then. So, well, in a nutshell, that it triggered off the evolution. So people started doing their small productions, and it was on home video. And before you could say Jack Robinson, Living in Bondage came out, and then people started saying, "Okay, we can do this." And they were also following on the heels of Lola Fadika, who had just done Mirror in the Sun and went on to do Mind Bending. From Mind Bending, we now had
she was so gifted.
She was so gifted in it, and then others followed. Charles Owobi and Ralph Wadike came together and doing what's it called now? Fortunes, from Fortunes to Mega Fortune. But before then, Zeb had started with Ripples.
Yes,
so, and Ripples ran for a long time. They had all the greats on it at that time. Barbara Soki, RMD, Fred Amata,
Clarion
Chikura, everybody were on Ripple. So they all passed through it. So Ripple actually created a ripple effect. it had a rippling effect on the industry. And so that's how it started. And before you know it, the genre moved from the Igbo thing and started coming to English.
Yes.
And then started coming to English, and we're doing home video. And before you could say, Jack Robinson, a young man, came up and said, "Okay, I'm done with music. I've won all the awards I can do. Let me take a chance on doing producing movies and on." So we went on a journey. First we did Season of Tears as KINGSLEY OGORO now, which is with Essay. That time we did Tears, Season of Tears, and from Season of Tears he decided to do one bigger.
Bendel Girl in Lagos.
Yes, Bendel Girl was an album. Was an album.
Music, yes.
And from there, KINGSLEY started the revolution, and we wanted to shoot on 16mm, and we went ahead to shoot.
So was that when we went into celluloid?
Yes, when we went to celluloid. Well, other films are really coming out because Tunde Kelani was also on the side doing, but he was doing more of Yoruba films and all that. Okay, so decided he wanted to do a movie called The Return, and so we went on that journey of The Return. We had RMD, had quite a number of them, even Genevieve. Okay, but unfortunately, he never got around to shoot her scene. But we now took a break from that, and KINGSLEY continued with the equipment, and before you knew it, we came back and we tried to finish it because this my friend he's a very stubborn guy. If he tells he wants to do something, he's going to do. He doesn't see that thing. Will never see the end of him. He'll see the end of that thing, and I really say I admire you because he's giving me a lot of inspiration and he pushes me a lot. So we're going to the. Guess what? By the time we finished The Return, it took 5 years to finish The Return. We lost about 7%.
5
years, and the year that it came out to 2008, 2009, it was before the World Cup, and he got 17 nominations at the Tema Awards and took 11.
Whoa! I beg, let me try and clap for that.
Including Best Actor, and I wasn't the best. I wasn't the leader, but I ended up the lead. So that's and itself started another evolution. And so That's a. Please tell your story.
No, but you know,
Sofia in London.
I'm coming to Sofia. Before Sofia, Nkemowo was another NTA product. I'm coming to Sofia. The battle across the Niger, across the river Niger, was that what
Across
it
the
was?
Niger, yes.
Yes. Now, that was a profound story, the Nigerian story. Military coups and battles. Was that a reflection of what was remnants of the Civil War or what?
Yeah, the idea, again, came from Segun and I. We were thinking about the ethnic strife and
Yes. Which is still
religious
with us today.
crisis. Yeah, we're trying to approach it from from film point of view, addressing that issue. We thought about what's the best mode to use in filming, because my approach to making a movie is that anybody can tell a story, but you can tell a story in a different scenario.
Yes.
You can tell the same story in space. You can tell the same story in America. You can tell the same story in Nigeria.
Okay.
But the message the story is going to bring out, you need to put it in the right mode. So, in trying to address ethnic strife, we decided the Civil War was probably the best mode we could use. So we actually made two films. One was titled The Battle of Love, and The Battle of Love also won Best Picture.
Yeah, one Best Picture was
Best Picture as
initially
well.
called Guns of
Segun
was
was
called Guns of Biafra before they
Biafra.
changed the title.
You know, so we shot the first movie titled The Battle of Love. Segun was the lead actor there. We titled it Guns of Biafra, but at that point in time, the federal government was not. They didn't like the title, but they loved the concept because we were trying to bring everyone together in the country. So we had to change the title to Battle of Love, and the film again got the Best Picture. So when we wanted to make the part 2 of the film, we decided let's just make a new one, and that was titled Across the Niger. You understand? And Across the Niger, it's also based on the same concept. You understand? And at the end of the day, we were able to achieve that our plans, because at that point in time, the president of the country at that point in time, Olusegun Obasanjo, invited us and said he wanted to see the film, and that was the first time in Nigeria that the president will invite Nollywood to see a Nollywood film. And Segun, remember what happened in the film? The president said to us that, look, all this film you guys are bringing, I'm going to sleep.
If it's boring,
it's going to be boring. I'm going to sleep. So we said, okay. So really, when the film started, it was actually. I mean, just before the film started, he was like about going to sleep.
Then an actor,
then suddenly he heard. He got us.
he didn't sleep again.
You know what? He didn't sleep to the end of the movie.
So because the sound of the gun woke him up.
No, apart from the sound of the gun, the whole concept of the movie. Then he came when it was time to speak. He said there was only one thing wrong with this film, and Segun and I were looking at him, waiting. What have we done wrong with this film? What have we done wrong with this film? All the ministers, everyone, they were all there, ambassadors and all that. They were all there. So he says the only problem with this film is the Nigerian flag is not shown anywhere in the film because the film is so good.
Oh.
And it occurred to me at that point that when you look at American films, there's always a scene where they will put an American flag.
Yes.
There is always, even if it's a school, the father takes the daughter to school and is parking his car. You see, if you go to the police office,
they're making a subtle statement.
Yeah.
I think, see, this. Let me take you away from. I will just digress a little. The Nigerian doesn't feel that patriotic sense. Why? What do you think is wrong?
The reason is because of the way the economy is, and like you said earlier, the industry has grown by itself, no help from anybody. We are all doing this from our pockets. You understand? So a lot of us feel that, well, we're doing this thing, but I always preach, especially to the government, that there will come a time where, in fact, it's beginning to happen. If you take out oil, Where do you go next? There's nothing bringing money down in the economy.
There's a friend, Mr. Joe Musa, Chief Joe Musa, who once said that hospitality business, tourism, culture and tourism, that they are bigger in earning power than oil and gas.
I agree 100%.
You know, and when he said it, nobody took him seriously. But what you're saying now is pointing to that.
But I also say that the former President Jonathan also helped the industry to a large extent.
Okay, he actually set aside $200 million or something.
I remember in a conversation with him personally, and was telling me that, hey, look, Shegu, if I want to tell people my story about what the things I want to do, it will be difficult for me as a politician to go stand there. But if I use the medium of film, they'll get my message.
Why didn't he carry on with it?
Well, he lost the election.
That's an interesting one. This is Sunny Rabo Live, and of course, you see the kind of lively conversation we're having right now. I'm going to give you a chance at 2:30 on the half hour to call in and ask these two gurus questions. In fact, I had mentioned some names earlier because the battle started. In fact, I don't want to read some of the banters, the chats that came out. There were so many. It's crazy when sometimes you say certain things and some people say, no, I have a different opinion, I have a different view about this. Honestly, yes. But the fact is the Nigerian nation is so gifted. Why are we squandering, let me use Oyenka's language now, our riches? Oyenka did this
many years ago,
1981 or thereabout.
Yes.
So if you see her video, you see how young she was, you ask yourself, what has changed? And now you guys are battling the same process. What is anything changing? I heard KINGSLEY say something like that something is about to change. Is anything changing?
Things are changing actually.
Things are definitely changing if we're talking about our industry, Nollywood, right?
Yeah, sure.
Things are definitely changing. I believe when you come to the topic of old school and new school, then the change, you will see the change more.
Yes.
But the quality, number one, is really improved.
Has improved.
Seriously improved. We are now on the same level with any country in the world.
Fantastical.
We can boast our movies. You can take, for example, you look at King of Boys on Netflix.
My God.
Kemi Adesiba.
Yes.
Even shadow parties.
I'm bringing her to this program anyway.
Can you believe that that was a totally Nigerian production, including equipment? All the equipment came from Click. None came from abroad. Every single. So it's Kemi did a wonderful job.
No, I'm coming from my equipment too.
but I will quickly say this: that I when they say old school, new school, I try as much as possible to just keep away from that discussion because you see, there's a saying.
In fact, don't stop what you're saying.
Soldier come, barrack remains.
The doctor that just left.
Yes.
Said we should not dwell on old age, old school. That is not helpful at all. Mentally,
it's not good.
Sorry.
So I think if you see the way Kisa and I look, we interact. Jokes apart, we interact with the young ones every day, every single day. In the industry, I talk with a lot of young people. They even respect us because sometimes when I come on set and I see when they're shooting, watching the monitor, I'm telling the director what to do. Sometimes he wants to take a particular shot. I say, okay, you want to like what? They all stop and.
To go ahead.
Look at me like, sir. I said, listen, I'm a member of the Directors Guild of Nigeria. I've seen this, I've done that. Almost between KINGSLEY and I think we're almost put them close to 38, 40 years.
About 40 years
of the business on the business now.
When I don't reach that.
We don't go because
we don't be small children like before.
So I encourage that. Look at I like for instance now this morning I just celebrated Imam Ogoli started celebrating one actor and I looked at the actor. I started celebrating him as well. They are me the actor. So a lot of young talent is just coming out. Alex Akubo, you this youngster,
really
you see the hunger in them.
Blossom,
you see them. You see the hunger in them that these guys want to succeed. So why would you just give them that?
And then the young ones too. There's Effie Irele.
She's the class all by herself.
She's fantastic.
Quite a number of actors and actresses, producers, directors. There's one Awal Absalam, Mustafa, what's the name? brilliant act, brilliant director. So you work with a lot of people every day. Every day you get to see a little younger. And the good thing about this is that they only want to tap into your wealth of experience, because they ask you, how was it when you were starting? And they ask you, am I doing this right? Am I doing it?
Of continuity.
That's the beauty of continuity. So I was talking with RMD one day, and he said, we died there. I said, we don't let these young people call it, we died there. And if you dress young, dress young. See, age is a number.
Thank you, my man.
Age is a number as far as I'm concerned. It's your mind. But for me, physically, I'm a young man.
Ross, no worry. When they reach our age,
they go know what it is. But it keeps us going. We keep the conversations going on with them,
and it's lovely.
It's lovely. You find a few blights here and there. Some of them who don't believe in themselves and all that. But you try as much as to raise them, encourage them.
No, you see, as Mike and Nahoro used to say those days, if you think you are better than every person, we'll leave you behind.
Yes.
You will look at us and you will run to catch us up. Now, skits, short takes, short videos.
Yeah.
The Shaggies of this world.
That's brilliant. Shaggy,
macaroni. And then AY.
AY.
Cross
Bovi.
You know, they brought comedy into full movie.
See, there's a saying that I read also about Quincy Jones. When Quincy Jones was asking, they asked Quincy Jones, why didn't you get, you know this song, I know tomorrow will come with that you got Tevin Campbell to do. So why he actually wanted Michael Jackson to sing that song, and Michael refused. Michael said the song wasn't his style. He wasn't going to do that. He now looked for a young boy who was just 14 years old, Tevin Campbell, and gave him the song to do. Tevin Campbell performed the song to exceeding heights. People were now asking, how did you get this boy to do this? You know his answer? The train leaves the station every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's just it. It leaves the station every 10 minutes. So I put that at the back of my mind.
So, if we're looking at how the world is going, and then with the examples we just gave, Shaggy is a new phenomenon, right?
Shaggy, Macaroni, these two are crazy guys.
In fact, when I see Macaroni, initially when I first saw some of his skits, who be this yo-yo again? The next time I say, no, wait, I see him again. You know? So how does that affect us?
Well,
industry.
I think that before I go on, I say Macaroni. One of your number one fans. If you're listening anywhere, I just love that guy. That is after SEGUN. Yes, you know what these guys are doing? These guys are taking a risk, doing things with their own funds, throwing it out.
Like you were doing.
Yeah, exactly, in the past.
Yeah.
So it gives us that feeling of what we used to do in the past, that these guys are the ones that are going to revolutionize this industry. So anytime we see such things, we believe that anyhow we can help those guys to get to where they're going, we should do it. Because these guys are like, for real, these guys are good. Very, very, very good. Shaggy, sometimes when I watch like this, I laugh and fall on the floor.
I asked where did he get this idea, this concept from? Where did he get all these ideas from?
Shaggy is like, how will I describe him? It's like one guy when no get any sense for head.
Did you see the one? Did you see when two of them came together?
Yeah,
two of them came together
and they switched personalities.
Or did you see the one that Shaggy did with RMD?
The one that did it with you as well.
And the one he did with me. Two of them.
See the symbiotic relationship.
Yes,
the old and the new.
That's why I keep telling you that there's nothing like old school.
They are also bridging that gap.
Exactly. So that old school language, they should stop it.
No. Let's actually go into that old school, new school thing. You know, I'm from Bendel, and when we were brought up, there's one thing about that is said about from the older to the younger one.
Yeah,
is that our prayer is always for our children to be better than us.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't kill us doing it.
Oh, I love that. Yo. They should not kill us doing it. Okay.
You understand? So what in essence, what it means is that as these young ones are coming up, we are proud of them. We want them to succeed. So we will add our wealth of experience. They should allow us, or we should work together, because whatever they are doing, right, it's also tomorrow, like you said, they also are going to become old school.
Yes,
exactly.
So the definition of old school again, where do we draw that line? Is it when you are successful today that you are old school, or is it by age? Because I'll ask myself, okay, Ramsey Noah did Living in Bondage, that was good. Is Ramsey Noah old school or new school? Ramsey Noah was there when we were doing what's that thing called? Return in 1998. Is it old school or new school?
Remember the advert we did Ramsey Noah?
Yeah, exactly.
1992.
1992.
Oh my God.
So are you gonna call Genevieve for shooting Lionheart new school? Genevieve is part of our generation.
Yes.
So is it success or age that determines new school? That's the question
That's
we need to ask.
Very good question. And I'm going to throw the lines open right now because we've gone 2 minutes into the injury time of taking calls. And of course, there are so many, there are so many WhatsApp messages already coming our way. So we'll just take them one after the other. But the numbers are 0700 923 923 923. I'll say that again. 0700 923 923 923. And then, of course, oh my God, the phones are blaring. And then for WhatsApp, it's 0817 313 6193. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yes, Uncle Sonny, good afternoon. I love listening to your programs because you always remind us the man that is talking with you is about 74 years old.
Oh, so,
yes. I watch all the things you are talking about. But please, there's something that is not being mentioned.
Yes.
We watched films earlier than 92. We watched Shango, Roller before. We watched Aye.
Dinner with the Devil.
Those are 70s. Those are, but any day that today's children want to talk, they refer to 92.
Don't kill us. Don't kill us.
Uncle Sir, I'm bowing down on the floor speaking with you, sir. In my language, you will say Digwa, sir. Yes, I must confess that we apologize for that because we need to give credit also to the past before our generation.
In fact, I never saw the movies when I make before them.
The likes of Olabalogun and all that. Yes, they were actually our own motivation.
Even Kulafayan's father.
Oh, sorry, he's still talking. Sorry,
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
God bless you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So they were like the motivation. Like when I started making movies, I was more of a musician. A lot of people think I'm a filmmaker. I was doing jingles for you then.
Yes.
I was singing them. And, all that. And there was a day that a gentleman came into the studio where we edit our commercials. And my editor was editing for him. He rented a studio. And I saw policemen running, shooting, and there was a helicopter. And I looked at the film. These are Nigerians now.
That sounds like Tadio Gidon.
I said, are you sure it's a Nigerian film? So my editor, Simisola, says that yes, it's a Nigerian film. He's editing to I said, no, I don't believe. I said, who did it? Then there was one dark guy sitting smiling. Tadio Gidon.
I knew it.
My God. I just went on the floor. I said, Uncle, you need to tell me how you did it. And he said one thing. Kingsley, you do a lot of commercials. I know you don't have any experience with film, but you know what? Just go on set, look into the screen, look into the monitor, and if it meets up with what is in your brain, you're good.
Connect.
That's all he said. So when I went to direct my first film, which was a return, a celluloid movie, I had zero experience. I just used that formula, and it worked. And he used to be the past director of Village Master. That's Tadio Gidon. Then another person that, in fact, one of the greatest people in my life is Tunde Kilani.
No. Tunde is
all the technical things you're talking about Clink Studios today. I think I would just say I give it all to Tunde Kilani.
Hello, good afternoon.
Eddie Ugoma.
Sorry. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, father.
First time caller.
Okay, hello, first time caller. How are you?
Oh, I just want to say I really admire you. I am an ardent listener of your program.
Wow.
And Yeah, and sorry, Uncle Sonny, let me just digress a bit. The song, Fumi Adams' song, I'm one of the young girls that sang it way back.
As if I was thinking of you. Oh my God. What's your name, please?
Sorry?
What's your name?
Olayemi. My name is Yemi. Olayemi Benson. Yeah, I was in Form 4 way back then.
Yes.
And I remember when we sang that song, I was really angry in the studio because we're not paid and they didn't.
Which song was that?
Nigeria,
my beloved. I was there now. I was there.
Yemi, so nice to hear your voice.
Nice to hear from you.
You know.
Studio, it was in Surulere anyway.
Yeah.
No vocal, and the producers are just saying, "No, we're sorry." But now I can't be any prouder. Every time I said, "Okay, that's me. That's my voice."
Thank you. So, what's your comment about movies now?
That song, and I'm only in touch with one of us, and we're all grown now. I'm a grandma, so.
Wow. Wow. See?
I thank God for you, Uncle Sonny, and I thank God for our brothers in the studio, Mr. Zeb, A.G.
Kingsley, Ogoro, SEGUN, ARINZE.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Kingsley,
Ogoro, yes.
Yeah. I used to come to your studio way back then, but I was so small. I used to look at you from far, like.
Wow. If you're a grandmother, then I'm a great grandfather.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
so
you,
much
my dear. Thank you very much.
God bless you. Thank you. Let me quickly read. There are so many messages from WhatsApp. Good afternoon, Uncle Sunny Rabo. Please, where is Kingsley Ogoro from? I wouldn't know, but I think SEGUN ARINZE is from west and eastern part of the country. Now, it was only SEGUN, east and west. Hope is the best. Okay. However, there are two guests, or these are two guests of yours who have done very well in their field. They have actually laid a strong legacy in the movie industry that the youth of today should emulate. I'm glad that they are still making movies. I greet you all. Kudos to you all for making the movie industry what it is today. Mike from Ojo. Thank you, Mike. God bless you. And another one says, Kevin said, okay, good to hear SEGUN ARINZE's voice and Oga Kingsley. Nollywood started at my backyard in Surulere. Oh my goodness. We all hung out at a popular joint then called Golden Mother.
What's the name?
That person must be close.
Kelvin from Surulere.
Kelvin.
It was fun those days.
Yeah.
Shout out to late Tom West.
Oh yes. So rest in peace.
Please play me SEGUN ARINZE's send me to SEGUN ARINZE and S.A. Agese's Bende Girl in Lagos. They both sang a wonderful song together. Okay.
Because he knows Rich House.
Good afternoon, sir. I have been trying to get into movies. Been going for auditions here and there, but with little or no result. Simon from Abule Egba. Well, this one is a direct question to you people. So. Okay. And phone calls are free, so if you want to call us, do that. We still have about 20 long minutes to go. So, but I'm enjoying this.
Yes, I was talking about Kula Falayan's father.
Yes.
Incidentally, when he used to come to the studio,
that's another the Amata and the Afolayan family.
When he used to come to the studio to do soundtracks for his movie, he would drag Kunle. Kunle was very small. Bring him to Jaka Films before he turned to Digitrack. So those are people. Francis Oladele. I had the privilege of working with Francis Oladele. Great man. He directed Eye of Life. That was an Eye of Life, and then of course there were my brothers Afolabi and Afolabi, who later became the NFC chairman for a while, the MD of the Nigerian Film Corporation. Okay. So we've had quite a number of people that we need to celebrate. Edu Goma,
may so rest
in peace.
In fact, somebody has asked for the mask. I've been trying to get the mask for somebody who desperately needs it.
We have to get in touch with the family.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, how are you? What's your name? What's your name?
Eminence. I'm calling from First Start.
What's your name again, please?
Eminence.
Eminence.
Oh, Eminence. Okay. Yeah, from First Start. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I'm enjoying your show.
Thank you.
I was an ardent listener to your program before other activities, usually take me away from home this time.
Okay.
But I'm glad I'm able to tune in today.
Okay. But let me quickly tell you something. Move away from your speaker, because I'm hearing everything you are saying, and it's coming back to me.
The radio is off now. Can you hear me?
It's better, yes. Very much better.
Hello, can you hear me? The radio is off now.
It's a lot better, yes. I can hear you.
Okay. Sir, please, I can tell stories. I know. I have good stories that could be translated, into good movies. Well, I have problem scripting.
Okay, so you want to be taught on air right now? Maybe you should get in touch with SEGUN ARINZE or KINGSLEY OGORO much later. Okay?
I'll be glad to do so.
Okay. Thank you. All right. There's another caller. Hello, good afternoon. How are you? Move away from the speaker. Yes, move away from the speaker.
Hello.
Move away from your speaker.
That's
why I'm hearing the feedback. Just use only your phone so that.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay. What's your name?
I'm Tina, calling from Soro.
Okay, Tina, you're welcome.
Yes, thank you very much. I just want to say hi to SEGUN ARINZE. I love what he's moving. He's a nice person. And second,
yeah, go on.
I want to know where it's. I want to know the village. SEGUN ARINZE, is it Yoruba or Igbo? I just want to know where it comes from.
I'm
asking myself that question.
Nigeria.
Okay, somebody said just now from WhatsApp that he's from the west and he's also from the east. And I said, east, west, home is the best. So, right? Okay. Where are you from, Segun?
Badagry.
Agbadarigi. Okay.
Badagry.
When today Ajidedudu's father used to read news in Yoruba on NTV those days.
Ireo.
Yes. He used to say Agbadarigi. We didn't know what. And then Shagamu. Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Sunny Rabo Live. Good afternoon.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Yes, go ahead. Your name and place of call.
I want to commend your case. Thank you for your good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, now, the business. How can the industry not depend on anything else but sustain the youth? The youth. How can we sustain the youth? How can we involve the youth? Now we just talked about the new entrants, the skits that are making. Somebody said they're making a kill with money, that sponsors and advertisers are going after them. Yes, but are they doing it in a business form, in a structured form, or is just one of those runaway, successes that may not last? I'm just wondering.
I think some of them are they're focused. Some of them, I would say most of them are focused.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, a youth will always be a youth. You will find those that will get money and they will not manage it very well. But the advice, using my own experience, it's when you into something, be in it for the passion. Be in it because you love doing it. I remember that long ago, my big sister told me that, look, if it's Lego bricks that you want to be building as your occupation, go for it rather than do something like I studied banking. I have a degree in studying banking and finance, but I've never ever worked in a bank because
no wonder you're such a huge success.
I'm never interested.
Money management.
I've never been interested in banking and finance, but I was interested in entertainment.
Okay.
So if anybody who wants to get into our industry should get in there because he's passionate about it, he loves what he wants to do. Don't think that you want to go in there because, you think there's money in there. You fail.
Exactly.
You fail flat on the floor.
Exactly.
Yeah, because there's public feeling that the money is really not there.
Yeah, the money is not there, but because you are actually playing with your toys and earning a living from your toys, you will keep on going until one day that break will come, and it will just change your life. And that I see it a lot in a lot of the younger ones coming now.
Why are potential sponsors so reticent about? Why are they so slow in believing in the project?
Well, it's a lingering problem with the Nigerian entertainment industry. Not just the entertainment, with everything Nigerian. It's a foundational problem because we are people who like to put your money in a machine and want it to give you back immediately.
Yeah.
We just want quick returns. So nobody feels like, let me tie money down here. I just want to do this and get it out and get out and move on.
I had an interview with Bank of Industry.
Yes.
Some years ago, and not too long ago, maybe about 2 or 3 years. And I wanted to find out why they said they created a whole department for Nollywood.
Yes, they did.
Actually, a partner.
Okay. But they're not very comfortable with the way the money is not paid back, and so they feel very discouraged. So I was blaming them.
Because they also should put in place measures of how to get the money back.
Okay. You think they don't? You think they're not doing that?
I think there's a bit of complacency on that part, if you ask me. Because the Nigerian factor. Okay, all right. Some people will tell you government money, you don't get bonus, so you know the hook for that. You'll be so amazed. I've taken money from a bank and loan from a bank. I'm looking forward to paying back. I must find a way to pay back that money, because if you pay back, other people come and get from there as well. It may be a bit difficult, but you try to work out a payment plan for it.
Yeah, so there has to be a commitment.
There just has to be a commitment.
Same thing you were talking about, passion.
Yeah.
The passion should be all embracing. Okay, the lines are free. We still have about 10 minutes or 11. So, yes, some calls came in and I didn't take. Sorry, we were discussing them. So, just call us and I will answer you. I promise you.
So, like saying, we just need to put those things in place and encourage people. Sometimes, again, most of the banks are not even interested in it. Sometimes,
what happened to us?
So someone will just look at it and sorry, like yourself, I learned that thing.
Okay, let me tell you this. This was I'm not going to call the bank.
Don't call the bank.
I won't call the bank.
But for there for a loan.
This was a bank that all the equipment that was bought for KINGSLEY then and covers and all that, millions were rolling in that at that time.
Yeah.
We're talking of 2002, 2003.
Yeah.
And I was funding my wife and my ex-wife and I were funding the movie by ourselves, and that kind of project, international project.
Yeah.
And we ran out of money. We were on set with everyone. We ran out of money, and I flew back to Nigeria and asked the bank for 750,000 naira.
Okay. Hello. Good afternoon. Don't lose that story.
Good afternoon, Mr. Nirabo. This is Olayemi Benson calling back.
Okay, my dear. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, I called earlier.
Yes.
I didn't know Uncle SEGUN ARINZE was in the studio, so I just want to say hi.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you for your wonderful work in the entertainment industry. God bless you. Thank
Bless
you.
you too. Thank you.
Why is your voice sounding like you are just under 20?
Yes, in fact, you are amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you hear what I said?
So much.
Hear me?
Sorry?
Why is
Yes,
your voice
I can.
sounding like you are under 20?
Hey, I get that a lot. My voice just refuses to grow old.
I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. So
Yeah. I was telling the
that's
story.
750,000 from the bank.
Yeah. So we were on set in London filming, and at that time, I think the pound to the naira was probably like 50 to 1. I mean, about 50 to 1 at that point in time.
Okay.
We ran out of money, and we had all the white cars waiting. We were waiting to be sued if we don't pay.
Oh my God.
And I went back to the bank, flew back quickly to the bank. Simi Sola was busy shooting. And I went to the bank and I said, look, I was stuck. I needed 750,000 naira to finish this film. And they refused.
They refused?
They could not understand, but they were willing to give me funds to buy a car.
What?
Yeah. Because they didn't understand the industry at that time. You understand? Some banks today still don't understand. One thing I wanted to say when you called the Bank of Industry, I wanted to say thank you. They understood. And they still understand it today. They opened a department for Nollywood.
Yes.
And they brought a project that was like as if it was a grant. You understand? You're unfortunate that a lot of us did not, a lot of filmmakers.
Grant, you don't need to pay back.
Yes, almost like a grant. That means
Yes.
it was, the interest rate was almost nothing.
Almost zero. Okay.
It was nothing. And they made it so easy for you to go, take the money, shoot, and pay back within a reasonable time. But you see, I wouldn't really blame the producers and the directors that couldn't pay, because it's the environment, like Segun said, it's the whole society together. You understand? If you're making a movie, there must be a structure that allows you, say, you pay back within a particular period.
Time, yes.
A distribution network that is supposed to aid that as well.
Right.
So it's a lot of.
Talking of which, how many cinema houses are in Nigeria today? Okay, let's even start with Lagos. How many cinema houses are in Lagos?
I don't even think we're up to 250.
In the whole Nigeria, no, we don't think
I think
we're
up to.
In the whole of Nigeria,
we don't think
not up to 250.
No, I don't think so.
So what about out of Lagos?
I don't have the statistic. Segun, do you?
That's it all together. I'm saying all together.
For Lagos.
That is so sad. So
Yeah, because once again, it needs so much money to build cinemas, and the cinema owners are private people struggling to build.
And the banks will never believe in them.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take this.
Some banks are helping though.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Uncle Sonny.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. My name is Wale. I'm calling from Isolo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good to hear the voices of KINGSLEY,
OGORO and SEGUN.
SEGUN ARINZE.
Yes.
I can remember growing up then. SEGUN used to be called the bad boy of Nollywood. I wouldn't know whether I had grown up to be grandfather, the baddest grandfather of Nollywood now.
Don't worry, I'm going to bring all of them soon.
I want to thank them for bringing true entertainment. When I talk of true entertainment, I mean true entertainment. Relative to what we have now, the messages they were passing on now, I mean then, we can't compare it with what we have now. What we have now in the Nollywood is a sham. It's a shadow of the real Nollywood they're with. I wish things could just turn around.
Amen.
For good, we learn lessons, so many take-homes from the Nollywood of the 90s. In fact, it was the peak of the best of Nollywood then, and I hope we can have that era still return to our Nollywood industry. God bless Nigeria. God bless everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Kudos to you, sir, our great mentor, Sonny Rabo. Your guests in today's program are exceptionally brilliant. The veteran actor SEGUN ARINZE is indeed an inspiration to the Nollywood industry. His presence in Shadow Parties, which is streaming on Netflix, equally proved his acting prowess. Right. Mr. OGORO, too, is a trailblazer to the showbiz and doing phenomenally well. God bless you all. Emmanuel Ajibulu. Amen. Hello, good afternoon. Hello?
Hello, good.
No whisper now. Speak loud. How are you, man?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Sonny.
Yes,
Good
sir.
afternoon. My name is Chuka. I'm calling from Ayobo.
Okay.
I
Chuka.
want to be sure that SEGUN ARINZE is there.
I'm listening.
Is he there?
I'm here.
I need to call Clint did for him because there was a comedy strip where Clint said the demon wanted to attack him. Looking at SEGUN's eyes, he said a lot of things. So it's nice. I'm enjoying your program.
Thank you. That was in Ghana.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. So another message is okay. There's so many. Oh my goodness. Let me just keep taking them one after the other before we finish. All right. Good day, Uncle Sonny. Happy 61st Independence to all Nigerians. Yeah. Wow. SEGUN ARINZE and KINGSLEY OGORO are legends in their own right. They made my childhood a worthwhile one. Guys like them put Nigeria on the map. Bros, them na men. Bros, men, na men una bio, I beg. Edozie Dean Naji. Thank you, Edozie. And the other one says, very warm afternoon, Uncle Sonny, and his August guest. Yes, in October. Segun Arinze was named the bad boy of Nollywood in the 90s. Has the status changed? Or has he transformed into the baddest grandpa? Oh, wait a minute. This man not just speak a moment ago of Nollywood. Well done, Uncle Sonny, for bringing true entertainment to Nigerian homes. Adejuwon Adeneye Okeafa. Okay. Hello, good afternoon. This is another one here. Okay. Hello. How are you? Good afternoon.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My greetings to Mr. Segun.
Yes.
I greet you, sir.
Because we who have been watching
sir,
for a very long time.
Sir, hello. You have 15 seconds. Only 15 seconds. 15 seconds, sir. Please, I'm very
it's
sorry.
difficult to hear me.
No, you have 15 seconds. My time is up. I'm so sorry, sir.
Okay, my greetings to him and any other actors. But Segun, I really enjoy as well to be a partner with you. You are a loving man, loving human being that Nigeria produced.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sir.
God bless you. Now, gentlemen, you're so great. We only have less than a minute to go. So, what's your passing shot? Segun first.
My passing shot is to all the young filmmakers in Nigeria. Don't give up hope. Keep working. Keep pushing. We need to get to that point. Keep pushing. We keep exchanging the baton and keep working. Never ever relent. Never give up on yourself. The future is bright, and the future for Nigeria is bright. We will get it right eventually.
Thank you. Kingsley?
Keep on pushing it. Push it. Don't stop, because you will only get there by pushing. And I believe in Nigerians. I believe in Nigerian youths. They can do anything when they really mean it. Keep on pushing. You will succeed.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much. I'm greatly honored. We will continue this conversation upper Sunday because we have a new guest this coming Sunday who is a neurosurgeon. And my God, it's another story for another day. Next Sunday week, we'll go into, that's another Sunday after this coming one, we'll go into the story, the Nollywood story that we must continue. Thank you. The ladies haven't had a say yet. Bye-bye, guys. God bless you all. Thank you.